Hello, this is Dan Mercado, and I'm here to talk about the works of Paul M. Smith. This is someone I took a look at in the digital art book. Right here is one of his works, right, called That's a Part of the Assault Rifles, as I stated right there. This is personal biography right here. Oh, one other thing I like to mention is around the time he is also inspired by computer games, which were part of his early life during childhood. And as we can also, and well, as you can see, he joined the British Army at a young age. Quite, couldn't be quite interesting. Oh, and right here is the process of becoming an artist. Well, the one thing I think previously mentioned, while he was hearing his story on some YouTube videos, while working in the army, he pretty much was an engineer. Then he became a paramedic, and then within that, they had him do photography, and that pretty much became a passion of his. Then later on, went to the Royal College of Arts, and he'd been tutored he had a few instructors teach him about Photoshop, and that's how he pretty much made works just like the assault rifles. Okay, I apologize for the stuttering. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not actually nervous. But some good came out of that. His work been shared worldwide. He actually did spread rumors to try to spread rumors to even try to make his art more profitable, and for that he was able to live off pretty well and get the tools necessary with that money. So good came out of that work. Here's another example of work he did make my night. Some silent notes right there, but pretty much he did get inspired. Got inspired during depression during the army. He didn't went out to war or anything much like that. He just didn't do much. So he pretty much hanged out with party people and pretty much be able to cope with depression. And as you can, I probably didn't mention this much earlier, but if you actually look more accurately, he actually replicates himself in most of his images. As you can see, it represents different people. Sorry for simplification. Here's another. Jeez. Apologies. Right here, he morphs an image of himself to fit Arnold Schwarzenegger. For a side note, right here, he actually on his website he actually describes that most people are inspired by celebrities rather than normal people around their lives, whether it's political figures or anyone else. Okay, ironically, Arnold Schwarzenegger himself actually became a political figure with a politician of California. So that's, I guess that's one way to probably get people into politics. Okay, sorry the image right here, but okay, I took this as a piece of. He actually had a variety of other images from This Is Not Pornography, but the thing is, some of them are actually quite explicit. But I can state for this part here, I don't consider it too explicit myself. And a bit light on the grotesque side, but not too bad looking. Okay, now to get to the point. Yeah, I was kind of desperate to try and make content right here. But I just, at most, what goes around comes around, usual position, all that. Otherwise, it's like, but basically, okay, the one thing to make of note, right here, the purpose of what he did the pieces like these, well, it's to try to turn off people. That's the simple way of saying that. Well, that's pretty much a name. But it did it for fun, of course. Well, also, I think about limbs, I don't know if heads counts as limbs, but maybe that represents 9. Kind of hard to see anything that represents 6. And, uh, well, the heads are in the reverse order. Oh, also, one thing I probably could have learned is maybe the 2 bucks in the center represent parents. But, I've been desperate enough already. Okay, for the author, why? Well, I guess it's quite simple why he chose him. Well, he's not that well known of an artist. But as I described as well, it's probably a repeated circle anyways. But he pretty much, well, when he joined the army, he didn't feel like he had much prosperity. Okay, the expectations I typed down right there probably makes much more sense anyways. But also, he did do, as mentioned before, he pretty much worked on Photoshop during its early stages, and he actually worked very well with it for duplicating images of himself. And, well, these right here, and he'd be able to morph it into other interpretation. And for that, that's pretty much much more fulfilling than when he did in the army. And that's my assumption, though. I I have, but for that, he seemed to do pretty well. And well, at today he's pretty much an instructor, teaching others about this. Well, I guess that's enough for my rambling. Thanks if you somehow made it to the end. Thank you for being with my monotone voice and all the stuttering. Hope you have a great day. Bye. Well, okay, maybe I should do it. Well, signing off.